Hello guys, welcome to your own channel I Live for Coding, and here I am your friend Ronit Mukherjee. So if you have recently started with a React and looking for a way how you can pass arguments to the event handler or even how to bind events to your React elements, then you are on the 100% right video. Because in today's video what we will do is that let's see our application. So what we will do here is that if you have seen my previous video, then you might know that we have created a list here. So I am adding few tasks here, right? So if you haven't watched my previous video, you can see how to loop through all these state data and create this list. And if you already know about this, then you can always continue with this video, right? So let's see what we are doing in this video. So after adding this list, we can just mark any of our task as done. So if it's done, it will appear as this. So if it's done, task 2 is done, it will appear like this. If it's task 1 is done, then it's done. So how we will do this and what all the things we will learn in this video, let's see that. Okay. So in today's video, you will see how to bind click events to the React element, how to pass event handlers to our event, how to solve the problem of this context in event handler methods, how to pass arguments and parameters to in our event handler, and with the bonus what you will get in this video is that how to set state of parent on event in child component. Means whenever there is an event in our child component, how can we set some state in our parent component. And another bonus which you will get in this video is that how to set the class name dynamically based on some conditions. So keep on watching this video till end, do not skip, because lot of many things are there. If you are new to React, then you should not skip this video and watch this video completely. Okay, so let me quickly go to our code now. So if you have seen my previous video, you might be having some basic knowledge about this particular code. So if you haven't seen my previous video, you can directly go to my previous videos, or you can see the code in the given description. So if you go to the description section of this video, you will see the code link from where you can download this complete code and have a look of it, right? So let me quickly go to what we want to build today, right? So we already have this particular class based component, function based component. These are the two components which you will see in this. These are the child components of the app. I'm clear till now? So this app is the main component. Let me show you in the browser also, right? If I go here and to the component section, then you can clearly understand the things. Okay, here components. So what do you see? This app is the parent, clear, and this class based is our child. Now if we go to functional based, this functional based is also child and app is parent. Clear? Okay, so I'm continuing, right? So now let's back to the code again. Now here you understand what this particular thing is, right? This is the class based and function based. So this we already did it in our previous video, passing the task to our child components and then rendering it here using this render task, render all tasks. We saw all these methods, right? Now this time what we added is that on toggle task, right? So what we want is that we want to attach a click event to our particular li, right? So let's go to our browser and see what I mean is that we want to attach a click event to this particular item, this one, so that at any place we click this, right? So it's marked as done, and if something is already done and we click it again, it will marked as not done. Clear? You can see here, focus here, right? If I click it, you can see that this particular class is added, and if I click it again, this particular class removed. So we will see that also, that how we are dynamically adding the class and removing the class. But let's understand where we are going to bind this particular event. So we are binding event to this particular li. Clear? Okay, let's go to the code again then. Here, now you see, here this is our li we saw in our previous video about this render task function, and what I have done is that added this particular thing. Okay, just don't focus about this. So to bind any event, you can write like this. So things are almost same as we do in JavaScript, but the only difference is in the way we write it here. So there we write directly on click like this, but here we write in like this, camel case. So starting with the small, then like this, okay, like on key down. So you can see on key down, on key press. So how we name these events. So any elements, this li is a React element, and we can easily bind any event like this. So this is the event binded here. Now what do we want to do? Always like JavaScript, in normal code JavaScript, what we do? We pass a function which we want to be called, but what we do here, we pass the reference, not the name of the function. There we pass the name, here we pass the reference, okay? So let me create an anonymous function right here and do a simple console.log. Simple, and we write li clicked, something like that, okay? So what we have done, we have created an anonymous function, right, using the fat arrow syntax, and passed it to our onClick. So this onClick accepts a reference to a function which it will call whenever there is a click event on this particular React element. Now, if we go back to our browser, what we will see here is that if we, okay, let me quickly save the code first, okay. So now the browser will reload. Okay, great, fine. So now let's quickly add a task here, task 1, task 2 and task 3. So we have added 3 tasks, and let's go to console. Now if we click this, we should see that particular console. Let's see. Great, great. So now understood how we can add an event to a React element. So you can add this to any of the React element or component. Am I clear till now? Right? So if any doubt is there, you quickly write in the comment. But do not skip the video, because skipping the video will not let you understand this topic in depth, right? So be with me and understand the topic one by one, correct? So now we have seen how we can attach an event and how to call a function on that particular event. Let's go back to the code again. So we are here again, okay, in the code. Now what I want is that I have created this particular function which I want it to be called whenever there is a event, okay. So what I will do is, let me quickly close this and use console.log hello. Let's print hellos this time, and but this time we are not passing this anonymous function, but we will pass the reference to our that particular function. Which one? This one, on task clicked, okay, on task clicked. We can do that. Earlier we created an anonymous function and passed it to the event handler. This time we have predefined function, but we are passing it to the event. Clear till now? Let's go back to our browser and see there is any changes or not. We should see hello this time, okay. Task 1, task 2. So if I click this, hellos, right? So everything is going fine till now. So earlier we created an anonymous function, this time we created a named function and passed that function reference to our onClick. Now go back to the code again, okay, and this time what we want? We have seen that there is a task ID, right? There is a task ID which we want to pass to this particular function, right? So but what if we can do something like this, task.id. Anyhow we need that particular task ID, because depending upon that task ID we will set its current is active or value true to false, correct? So that's our base logic. Just keep that aside. But for now what our problem is, that we could easily pass reference to our function that onClick will call. This is very important point, go with it, right? OnClick will call the function which we have passed. We should not call that particular function, means we should not write this. So anyhow we want to pass the reference to this function which onClick will call, but now this time we want to pass some arguments or parameters to this function also. right? As I mentioned here, I need the task ID. How to do that? So there are multiple ways, but let me show you two ways, right? So let me first create an anonymous function as we did earlier. So we are not calling this function, we are just creating a function, right? Now inside this function, what we will do is that we will call that particular function this dot on task select, and here we can pass task dot id, right? Because on click will not call this function immediately when this particular component is rendered, but when it will call when a click event will occur on this li. So as soon as a click event will occur on this li, this particular function will be called. And what's written in this function? It's this function internally calling this dot on task click with particular task id. So what happened? So whenever this function was created while in the loop, this particular task id was saved in its closure somewhere. So that's why later on, whenever this function is called by the click event, we receive this task.id. Clear? So this is one of the way. What we have done, we have called that function inside our anonymous function and passed that anonymous function to the onClick. Okay, let's see we are getting this task ID or not. Okay, so I am saving it here and we should receive this particular task ID. Now go to the browser and see task 1, task 2, task 3. So we have added 3 tasks. Let's see. So we are getting the IDs, correct? So we are getting different IDs for each of the tasks. So we have achieved our second step, that how we can pass that particular parameters or values to our event handler. Now what you see here, suppose what's the next way? So if anyhow we want to use some method like this, okay, we do not want that we should using anonymous function. That was the way which we did. So let's see what's the value of this. I'm just keeping it here, going back to the browser and seeing what's the value of this, only this, right? So task 1 and task 2, and let's click this and we will get undefined. So here the problem comes. Now why this value of this is undefined, right? Let's go back to the code and understand this. So if you see here, what's the problem? We have passed this function reference to onClick, but who called this function? It's called by the React or this event, but that is not our context, right? So we all know that this refers to the current context. So when this function is called, this here refers to the context in which this particular function is called, and we know that this is not called by us within this class. It is not called, it is called by the onClick event handler. So that particular function called our this function, so that's why this is not defined, because it is called directly and we do not have any this, but it's called undefined, right? Now how to solve this? Because somehow you, if you want to get some values here, then how to get that, right? So there is a way. What we can do is that we can bind the context to this function statically, right? What we'll do is that we will write this function here, okay, and next is this dot, this function dot bind this. Now while binding this, what is this? This is refers to this particular. Okay, I know this is a bit confusing, but be with me. And if you don't understand, then please rewind the video and see it again. But this is very important to understand. Do not just mug up the syntaxes, but also understand what's the reason behind that, right? So that's what I am trying to explain you guys, right? So what is here? On task clicked equal to, what I tried to do, this function was created in the prototype, but I created a self attribute. What you understand is that I am trying to just override this function with a new function which is written by this particular function, but this time our this particular function got binded with the current context, and now if I use anywhere this particular on task clicked, our this will always refer to our class based component. because we have statically bind the current context with this function. So anywhere anybody calls this function, our this will always refer to our class based component. If we go to our browser now and let's see what's the value of this task1, task2. Okay, let's click here and now see, earlier we were getting undefined, now we are getting the particular class. So now it is very easy, we can use anything which is inside this particular class based component like state or props or anything. So this is very important. Many times we forget about binding because this is to be understood that this particular function is not called within our context, means within the context of class based component or our component. This is called by somewhere else, by the event handler. So that sets the this context, that time the context is undefined, right? So that's why our this remains undefined. So we need a way anyhow to keep that particular context always binded to this. Now if everything is fine, right, we can easily use this function is called, right, context is also set. Now again we are back to the same problem, how to pass an argument. Correct, how to pass an argument. Now as we know, we can pass some values here, you all know, but what will happen whenever this particular onTask class on task clicked function is called, always the first parameter, means this one, will remain 1. But what we want every time a new id which is the task id. We want it to be dynamic, not fixed 1 2 3 4 something like that. So somehow we want to use this task id. Now how to do that? So rather than doing it here, what I will do for now is that remove this from here, okay, and write it here. And now as we saw, the second parameter we pass to the bind is the parameter or the argument which will be sent to the actual function. So if we write task.id here, what will happen? Now this function will be called in context of current class based component, this our component, and the first parameter will be automatically set as the task id. Whatever the task id was set, right, that will be set. Clear? So now this time let's print task id and see whether we are receiving the task id or not. Okay, let's go back to the browser again and see task1, task2. Let's click any of it. Great. So you can see we are receiving different task IDs. So this is the second way which we saw how we can pass arguments to our event handling function. Clear? So I hope I am clear till now. If you have any doubt, again I am saying, if you have any doubt, please feel free to comment on this video, ask the questions to me. I will be very happy to answer all your questions, right? And if you like the video till now, then quickly press the like button. And if you haven't subscribed this channel, then subscribe the channel quickly, because like this only we will stay always connected and learn something new, right? So now we have already solved the problem of this. We have binded the event, we have passed values to the event handler. Now comes the part of the bonus, how to set state of the parent on event in child component, right? So I will show you guys to the code. Let me go to the code. Okay, so what I have done is that, let me show you here. So whenever this task is added, handle add task, whenever we press that form on the top, right, what happens is that we add this particular task object. This task object has the id, unique id, name, and is active is by default true, because all the tasks we are adding is active, right, because it's not done, right? But what happens is when we click the toggle task mode. So I have done something like this. On toggle task mode, what we want that whatever task id we receive, we set its active value to the opposite of what it is, right? As we saw in the browser, when we click a done task, it turns to not done, and if we click a not done task, it becomes done. Clear? Requirement was clear. How we have done that? Simply, as I mentioned in my previous video also, in earlier videos also, that if your new state depends on the previous state value, then it's always advised to use set state and with a callback function where you receive the current state. Now what I have done is that I have retrieved all the tasks from the state. Clear till now? Right? So we already have an array of object. Each object has an ID, name, and is active value, which is by default true. So this is that particular array. Now I loop in through this array, and as soon as I get the particular task ID which I'm looking for, because this toggle task mode is called for every individual task. We have already seen how to pass task ID, right? So somehow we will receive the task ID which we want to toggle. Now I will loop in through all the tasks and find if the task ID, the looped in this task ID is equal to the task ID which I am looking for, and what to do is change the task is active value to the opposite of what it is. And as soon as it is done, let's break out of this for loop because we do not want to loop through all the elements in the array. We could have used map or filter like this, but what was the problem? We would have to loop through all the elements, but we do not want. We are actually looking for a particular task ID. As soon as we receive that particular task ID, we will update it and break out of the loop. We do not want to update all the array elements, right? So now this task array is updated. We will set this new task array as the task in the state. So as soon as the task state which is defined here is updated, what will happen? We all know as soon as the task or the state updates, what happens is that render will run again. Now this time when the render will happen, what's there? The new task list will be passed to our this child component class based, right? And now we will see an updated list of tasks. Now comes the part of the second bonus. But before moving to the second bonus, let's see what's done inside this on toggle task and how we are passing the task ID to here. As I mentioned, how we can pass some value from the child components event to the our parent component. So we have this task ID. We already saw that. Somehow we need to pass this to our on toggle task, right? Clear? So let me quickly open up this code. So now you see, if I receive task ID, what I will do? I will call this.props.onToggleTask. Where we get this? This one. Clear? Okay. So we have received this particular function prop. This prop refers to this particular function, and here we will receive it in the this.props. So we will call this.props on toggle task means this one. So this will call and we will pass task ID which we received. So what will happen? As soon as we click an li, this function will be called. This function will receive a task ID which it will further send to on toggle task props, which is this one. And what will happen? This is referring to this particular function. So what will happen? We will receive the task ID here. Clear? Let's go here and quickly turn it on. And now let's go back to our browser and see whether it's working as we want or not. Task 1, like the video. If you haven't, subscribe the channel if you haven't. So if you have liked the video, then quickly press this one. So see, we are seeing that this is done. Okay. Now if we click this one, this is also marked as done. Now let's see whether this state is changed or not, right? We can use this one, okay, components, class-based components, and let's see what's passed in the task. As we know, we have passed this one, right? So if we see this one, so it's see is active false because it's done. Like the video, this one is done. And let's click it again, right? Now it's turned to true, okay? As the same state is passed to both the components, if we go to the functional component, we should see it in the same way because this particular task is same list which is being passed. So updating it here, going back to component, we will see it in the same way. Understood? Now comes the last part of the video where we will see how to set these classes, because I already saw you this one, I already shown you this one, how we are updating this class. Again, focus. We are adding and removing a class, this one, list group item dar. We are adding and removing this class. Let's see in the code now what we have done. Okay. So if I go to the render area, render task, what I did. So this is the static class. Okay. And now what I have done here is that I have checked that task dot is active means if task is active, then do not add any class, right? You can see, do not write anything. But if it is not, means if it is false, then add this particular class. So like this, in the class name, you can add dynamically or set the classes dynamically. Clear? Okay. So this is the way how we are adding and removing the particular that dark class from our elements. So I hope I have answered all your queries. If still there is some doubt, you are free to ask me in the comment section. If you have liked this video really, then quickly press the like button, and if you haven't subscribed this channel yet, then do not wait. Quickly press the subscribe button and also click the notification bell so that we are always connected. If there is a new video, you all will know and we will together learn a new topic. So let's meet in our next video. Till then, take care and bye-bye.